What's going on, guys? It's your boy Z85Jew. We are back here with another video, and behind me you guys can see I have a 2021 Lamborghini Huracan Evo, and this is something super different that I usually film. I don't film supercars and stuff like that. Not really around them, but thankfully, luckily to Ogara here in San Diego, they were actually kind enough to let me come here and film this car and just show you everything about it. So I want to be transparent. I don't know everything about this car, but I hope this video can be pretty informational for not only myself but you guys as well. So come with me and let's learn. So as I mentioned before, this is a 2021 Lamborghini Huracan Evo. This car was actually first made in 2019 all the way up to the present date. So they made it all the way up to 2023. And the color of this car, excuse me if I butcher it, I think it's called Arencio Encanto. I'll put it on the screen, but it's an orange color, a bright orange, and it looks amazing. So right here is the rear end of the Lamborghini Huracan Evo, and it just has the infamous 2 exhaust pipes sticking out the middle of the bumper here. That is so freaking sick, and you can actually peep through the grill, I guess you would call this, and see the mufflers in there. So this thing is super cool. It has parking sensors all the way around in the front and the rear, and it has a kind of like built-in, I would say, diffuser to the bumper. So it's just really stealth and yeah, very aggressive look. The body lines on this car is crazy. I couldn't imagine trying to wrap this car because of how all these body lines are. But nonetheless, very beautiful car. Let's go ahead and take a hop inside, and I want to show you the interior really quick. So as we take a step inside of the Huracan, to open the door, you actually, it's kind of like the GTR. You put your thumb in here and then the handle opens. So once you open the interior, this is what you see. It is absolutely beautiful. You can see the orange stitching all the way around. I don't know what speakers this has. Maybe I'll try to do some research and throw it up on the screen. But these seats are really cool because they're actually like bucket style seats. So you see how you can see the bracket here bolted to the bottom. This seat is actually bolted to the frame of the car, which is really nice. They look kind of like Recaros, but yeah, it looks like they hug you really well. And yeah, this thing is amazing. So as you're looking in the interior, you have the steering wheel right in front of you. On your left side, you actually have all of these switch panels here, and what they do, they actually control the headlights, the bright lights, the light in the cluster as far as the auto, like the dimming and stuff like that, as well as it looks like it says fog lights. I don't know, that could be wrong. Over here by the bottom where your foot would be, you actually have the front opening, and you also have the rear hatch opening right here. It looks like in the middle, this is where you can move your seat up and down. You also have aluminum pedals, kind of like the Nismo series. You know, all of the Nismo models for Nissan have aluminum pedals, so that's really nice. And on the steering wheel, you have controls up here actually to control the turn signal. So in order to switch lanes in this car, you actually just toggle this over to the left or toggle this over to the right. So that's really nice. Also, this is going to be the windshield wipers as well. So if it's ever raining out there, wherever you live and you're driving your Huracan Evo, you can actually turn that on right here by the flip of a switch right here. At the bottom of the steering wheel here, you have your different modes as far as like Strata, Sport, and Corsa. So this is where you would change your different drive modes. And on the left side, this is actually where you change the information on the infotainment screen. So I would assume that would be like miles per gallon, your range as far as like your tank, stuff like that. So that's going to be everything for the steering wheel. And of course, behind it, you have your 2 paddle shifters because of course, when you're driving this car, you're going to be doing a lot of shifting, right? So yeah, this car is very nice. And again, shout out to Ogara, man. I really do appreciate them letting me sit in a car and just kind of film this car. Kind of surreal. I've actually never sat in any type of Lamborghini before, besides an Aventador. Actually, I did sit in an Aventador, but yeah, to be able to sit here and film this car like that, it's just amazing. So moving over to the center console area here, obviously to turn this car on, the push start is actually going to be here. So you would release this lever, you would put your foot on the brake and press the push to start, and then you would hear this beautiful V10 start up. Moving up above, you actually have your window controls. So these just lower and raise the windows. You actually have your front lift as well. So this car is very low slung to the ground. So when you're coming up curves and stuff like that, you can actually lift the front end up. I think it lifts about 3 to 5 inches or so, a pretty decent amount to give you that clearance that you would need going into driveways and stuff. That's really nice. You have your traction control here, and you also have your hazards lights. You can flick those on, flick those off. You have your parking sensors. So these actually control when you're getting close to something, the parking sensors. And you also have the auto stop start. A lot of newer cars are starting to put that in there. And what that is when you come to a stop light or a stop sign, the engine of the car would actually turn off to preserve gas and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's using the starter a lot more anyways, but yeah, that's what that is. What's really cool about this car though, it actually has a cup holder, bro. How sick is that? What supercar can you buy that has a freaking cup holder? Shout out to them. Under the cup holder though, you do have the glove compartment, which is not even like a glove compartment, it's mainly like a hand compartment. You can basically just get your hand in there, but you do have that there, as well as you have this seat. Super nice. You can actually see the carbon fiber all along the seat here. Very nice. The stitching, everything is so beautiful in this car, even down to the floor mats. Everything is just well stitched together. You even have the Huracan logo with the Evo coloring at the bottom here, so very nice. Believe it or not, in this car it's actually really spacious. I am 6'2", 6'3" on a good day, ladies, and I have a lot of leg room. You know, I'm sure I could scoot the seat up if I would need to drive this car, which I probably would, but surprisingly enough, I didn't think that I would even fit in a car this low slung, but surprising, there is a decent amount of leg room. So if you guys are in the market for a Lamborghini Huracan Evo, if you're 6', 6'2", you'll fit just fine. Moving back to the center, under the start button, this is actually where you have reverse. You just pull up on this lever for reverse. You have park, which you would push in here for park, and you have M. I'm assuming M is manual mode. Again, guys, I'm not that versatile in the Lamborghini Huracan Evo, but I believe that would be manual mode for like your paddle shifters if you wanted to shift the car yourself. And then you also have the actual e-brake right here, so you just pull that up. You have a little pad for your arm, little armrest. It's not the softest material, but it's nice that it's there. You do have a little spot, it looks like, to put your phone. You have a cigarette lighter right here in the middle, and then in the back you have 2 outlets for charging your phone, and they both are USB outlets, so that's really nice that they put that in there for you. And you actually have 2 cubbies back here with a little fishnet, so if you maybe go to the store, get some snacks, you can go ahead and throw that back there, maybe throw your DMV paperwork back there and just kind of leave it there chilling. So this car is very nice. But with all that being said, let's go take a look at the engine, because I think that's what we care most about. End of this car, again, you have the famous V10 engine that this Lamborghini produces. It actually makes 602 brake horsepower at 8,000 RPM and 560 foot-pounds of torque. That is massive for an NA car. It's crazy that it makes that much power. As you see, there's a bunch of covers. There's not really too much to look at, but it is still really nice that it is, I guess you could say, mid-engine. It's in the back, right? So it's pretty cool. You have the plexiglass that kind of separates the cabin to the engine compartment, so that's also really nice. Another interesting fact about this Lamborghini V10 is, a lot of people don't know, but the engine sits off to the left. So if you're looking at the engine, it is actually not symmetrical with the car. It's not directly in the center of the car. And you can tell because if you're looking at the brace here, by looking at this brace, you see the brace is in the middle, but the middle of, I guess the valve covers are just actually slightly to the left. So it's really crazy to see. But enough of this engine back here. Let's close the hatch and let's go to the front. Moving back to the front end of this vehicle, we're gonna open the front here and open this thing up. There's no engine up here. Again, the engine is in the back, so there's just basically cargo space back here, or up here rather. And it actually just comes with the Lamborghini cover, which is actually it feels some very nice material. I feel like a robe or something could be made out of this. But you have that, and then you have 2 little compartments over here with a 12-volt outlet. I'm assuming this is to put like your trickle charger on because you won't be driving this car so much. But yeah, that pretty much sums up this 2021 Lamborghini Huracan Evo. Now let's end the video with some startups and some revs. Let you get set up and then let me know when you're ready. I'll plug him. He's ready. Quick little segment of this car. Please leave a like on this video. It took me and my boy Rob a lot of courage to be able to go here and do a video like this, but again, I'm glad that we kind of stepped out our comfort zone to do something like that. But with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content around this. You would put your foot on the brake and press the push to start, and then you would hear this beautiful V10 start up. I think it's a V10. I'm gonna use leave it roll. Up. Okay, I don't know, sir. You mind if we pop the hatch?
Do you know if the glass tonneaus pop? They don't, do they?
Not the glass, the entire back does though, but the car has to be turned on.
That's what okay. That's